We're waiting 1 minute, then we'll start today's session. Welcome to the 7 days online training program on Google Earth Engine. So basically in this online training program, I will try to focus for beginners who don't have any knowledge about the Google Earth Engine, or who don't have any knowledge about the JavaScript or Python. Don't worry about that. I will try to teach you all of those from beginners to advanced level. Then I hope you can easily learn. Okay, and it is an unique online training program because in this online training program you can get the lifetime teaching support. Okay, so after completing our total 7 days online training program, when you face any problem, any issue on your code or any problem for your analysis, you can get the lifetime free support. Okay, so first of all, introduce one by one, then I will start our today's session. So please introduce one by one. Yes, please.
Hello, I'm Mohammad Rahim Hassan. I have graduated from Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology in civil engineering in 2016. Now I am working in a Rupur nuclear power plant as a senior assistant manager.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
I am Akachi Divine from Nigeria. I just finished secondary school, and I'm just trying to learn this training to use it as a job that I will be doing in the nearest future.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Carlos. I'm from Mexico City. Now I'm living here in Houston. I'm a PhD in urban planning, and I was working at the Forest Service, U.S. Forest Service, doing some assessment of hurricane damage on forests. So I have some experience using Google Earth Engine in remote sensing, Sentinel, and some Landsat, and some NAPE, National Area Program from the US. So I want to get deeper in the use of Google Earth Engine and other kind of algorithms and other hacks. So thank you. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, next, please.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tamilarasan Kupuswamy from University of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. Now I'm doing for postdoc to here. For I think this training program will helpful for my research program. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll start today's session. So let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So let's
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I will try to explain about our total 7 days online training program course content. Okay, so after completing the total 7 days online training program, what you will learn from me, I will try to explain about that. Then I try to jump that today's session. Okay, so it's the totally 7 days online training program. Each day minimum 4 hours I will try to give you. Basically 3 hours for the training program, and 1 hours for the problem solving class. Okay, because after each day's class I also give you some assignment regarding the classes. Then you try to do this type of assignment, and if you face any problem, then you can easily show your problem. Just simply share your screen, then show me your problem. Then we try to discuss about the problem solving. So 1 hours for our problem solving class, and 3 hours I delivered the lecture training. Okay, so each day total 4 hours, total 7 days I try to complete all of those topic. So first day I will try to explain about that introduction to Google Earth Engine, so mainly how it will be work. So all of those I try to explain, and how to create Python and JavaScript API for Earth Engine. Basically, Earth Engine is supported by Python programming or JavaScript programming, as well as R programming is also supported by Earth Engine. So I'll try to, in this class, I try to show you mainly for Python and JavaScript. So both programming language, how we can use in Google Earth Engine for different types of remote sensing analysis. I will try to show you that. And how to use Google Earth Engine using JavaScript and Python. And if you have no knowledge about the coding section, totally zero knowledge, if you have, don't worry about that. I will try to show you all of programming language which you need to start the journey with Google Earth Engine. I try to explain all of those. Then I hope you can easily learn the programming language, Python and JavaScript. Then this type of knowledge you can easily use in the Google Earth Engine for different types of remote sensing analysis. We also discuss about the client and server. It's very important in Google Earth Engine. So then you can easily understand what is the client, how we can easily connect the server and make the different types of analysis. I hope you can easily get. And how to get the server to execute your code, you also discuss. And importing the raster and vector data. Okay, this type of data, how we can easily import in the Google Earth Engine from the local storage, as well as also Google Earth Engine dataset. We also discuss about that. And filtering attribute table, how we can easily filter, we also discuss about that. And second is mainly I talk about that filtering and displaying the different types of satellite images. It can be Landsat, Sentinel or MODIS. So this type of satellite images, how we can easily filtering and displaying and also exporting this type of satellite images, how we can easily create the satellite composite, different types of composite, median composite, mean composite, mosaic composite. So how we can easily create this type of composite, we also discuss. And also discuss about the band combination. So different types of band combination we also discuss, and how to export the satellite imagery, mainly Landsat, Sentinel or MODIS, this type of satellite image, how we can easily export, we also discuss. And import, filter, reduce, clip and display the raster data in Google Earth Engine, different types of raster data. It can be LST data, it can be evapotranspiration data or anything. How we can easily import, filter, reduce and clip and display the raster data in Google Earth Engine, we also discuss. As well as we also discuss about the time series analysis using the ready-made data set. Okay, so it's one kind of data, it's ready-made, provide you different types of ready-made data. We also discuss about that. And export any shape file. So in Google Earth Engine we also export different types of shape file. As well as we also discuss about that annual image composite, not only for annual, also monthly. Okay, annual and monthly, both of image, how we can easily create. So different types of temporal analysis, we also need this type of imagery, annual imagery or monthly imagery. So we also discuss about that, how we can easily create this type of image composite. And also discuss about that mainly third day we discuss about that any indices. Okay, so calculating any indices using different Landsat or Sentinel imagery, how we can easily compute any indices. Okay, it can be NDVI, NDWI, SAVI or leaf area index. So different types of index we also use in remote sensing. So after completing this class, you are able to do any types of indices for calculating using Landsat or Sentinel imagery. Then how to filtering and displaying the satellite images, mainly Sentinel-2, and monitoring the NDWI or NDVI, how to apply the thresholding technique, basically OTSHU, this type of thresholding technique, and extract the water body. Okay, differentiate the flood water or permanent water. So this type of things I'll try to explain. Then NDVI, NDWI or SAVI or any other indices time series chart using Landsat or Sentinel imagery, we also discuss about that. Then how to add gradient legend on Google Earth Engine or title. Okay, and also discuss about the flood mapping, how we can easily extract the flood mapping or flood inundation mapping using Sentinel-1 SAR data. We also discuss about that. And monthly time series chart, different types of indices, we also discuss about that. Okay, and fourth day basically we discuss about that how to remove cloud and haze. So basically when you work with rainy season, then we find out lot of cloud on the sky, so that's why satellite image is not clear. But in Google Earth Engine we also use different types of tool. So this type of tool easily remove the different types of cloud and haze from your satellite imagery and give you very neat and clean satellite imagery. We also discuss about that. And how to use different types of DEM data. It can be Aster DEM or NASA SRTM DEM. So this type of DEM, how we can easily use and create the different types of topographical mapping, such as hillside map, slope map or aspect map. We also discuss about that. and also discuss about the LST, basically land surface temperature monitoring using Landsat satellite imagery as well as also MODIS satellite imagery we also discuss, and how to calculate average, maximum, minimum NDVI for any specific region, also discuss about that. How to monitor urban heat island, we also discuss USI index about that, and how to monitor the urban thermal field variance index, impact of urban heat island, how we monitor, we also discuss about that, and how to make LST time series chart, we also discuss about that. Okay, and basically fifth day we discuss about the air quality monitoring. Okay, different types of air quality parameters such as nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, formaldehyde, and others type of air quality parameters, how we can easily monitor. We also discuss how to download the air quality parameters time series data in CSV format, we also discuss, and how to make the air quality monitoring time series chart. Okay, and how to calculate the total emission of nitrogen dioxide or any other gases. Okay, total emission, how many gas is emitted in a particular time period in a specific region, we also discuss about that, and also discuss about the AOD, basically aerosol optical depth, and also particulate matter 2.5, how we can easily monitor, we also discuss about that, as well as we also discuss about the ArcGIS tool, basically ArcMap, how we can easily use and combine the ArcMap and also Google Earth Engine. So basically we download the data from Google Earth Engine, further creating the map layout for our research paper or presentation, we use the ArcMap software. If you want, you can also use the QGIS software. Just download the data from Google Earth Engine, then you can easily use. And also we discuss about the accuracy assessment of air quality monitoring. So how we can easily check the accuracy of our map, we also discuss about that. Then how to extract the points pixel value for a specific geolocation. Okay, how to check the trend analysis as well as also regression model, how we can easily apply the linear regression model, we also discuss about that. And sixth day basically we discuss about that machine learning. So different types of machine learning model, supervised or unsupervised, supervised mainly random forest, then card, support vector machine, minimum distance. So this type of classifier or this type of machine learning, how we can easily apply and create the different types of land use, land cover mapping or crop types mapping. Okay, this type of thing we also discuss about that, and how to check the accuracy of your land use land cover mapping or calculate the land use land cover classes area. Okay, and how to add the legend on your land use land cover map, how to export. So this type of thing we'll discuss. And last class mainly we try to discuss about that land use land cover change detection. Okay, how we can easily make the change detection and also make the NDVI change detection or NDVI classification, extract the dense vegetation. Okay, and class wise land use land cover change detection, calculate the transition area. Okay, suppose water to water or water to vegetation to urban land. So this type of things we discuss about that transition area, calculate, and also discuss about the urban development or urban growth monitoring, such as urban expansion or urban sprawl. So this type of thing we also discuss. And finally we discuss about that hyper parameter optimization, how we can easily apply and improving our accuracy of your machine learning model. So this is the full syllabus I try to complete inshallah within 7 days. And after completing the 7 days online training program, when you face any problem, you can get the free support regarding this course content. Okay, so after completing the total 7 days, when you try to apply this type of things for your own study area, you face some problem. So that's why when you face any problem regarding this type of content, you can get the lifetime free support. As well as every class I give some assignment, you try to do this type of assignment. Okay, after that you can get the certificate after submitting all of assignment. Okay, and also you can get all of materials such as slide or PDF, all of practice code I also give after the class. You can easily get all of practice code, and also recorded session you also get. Okay, a lifetime access, all of recorded session you also get, and also research collaboration. Okay, suppose after completing this training program, if you are interested to this type of topic and also make the research paper or scientific collaboration, then you also get the support. Okay, so let's go, we start our today's session. And when you face any problem or any question, just simply ask me anytime, no problem. Okay, so now let me open my slide. Yeah, just a minute.